Giving up is often seen as something to be frowned upon within society, but it is not always a bad thing. Apart from being what I think is one of the hardest things to do, giving up can lead to tremendous growth within your character, which leads me to God Country. Or God Country. I'm still deciding if this is the greatest death metal name of all time or the best Christian rock band name of all time. But anyway, the book is a 2017 comic written by Donny Cates. Some of my more nerdier viewers may know this name from some of his Venom comics he has done in the more recent years. The book centers on an old man named Emmett McQuillan, who is dying from Alzheimer's. It delves into how his family tries to cope with him becoming more unstable as the disease becomes more prevalent. But everything changes when he obtains the God of Swords, Velethax, a sword that heals all of his illnesses, temporarily curing his Alzheimer's while he holds the blade. This sounds good on paper.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, I don't know what that...
Hey.
What?
What's the name of the book again?
Oh, it's... So, sorry about that, I'm not too sure what happened. But now that Emmett has the sword, the god who it once belonged to will stop at nothing to try and get it back, sending him his mightiest warriors to fight Emmett and his family. And during his first real fight wielding the sword against Balgrim, I think that's how you pronounce it, Velethax says, yes, the sword can talk.
You have used your power to hurt, to deceive. You have made warriors of those who have earned their peace.
When reading this, I realised that this was a reflection on, well, no other than Emmett. At the start of the book, we can see Emmett abusing his family, making his granddaughter cry and run outside. But now that Emmett has the sword and his illness is cured, all of this would be fixed, right? Well, I don't really think so. Even though the sword gives him immense power and heals his Alzheimer's, it's still hurting his family way more than he ever could have done in his base Alzheimer form. These monsters are not just targeting him, but also his loved ones. Emmett does not really realise this though, as he is a fighter. He does not know when it is the right time to give up. When facing his next foe, the hammer-wielding war god, and is prompted to give up the sword to think of his family, he rejects the offer and suggests, well, that this is what his family would want. He is given the opportunity to stop the fight and to die a peaceful death, not putting any more harm to his family. But he does not take the easy way out because Emmett is a fighter. Pile update. Go to this part if you want to just skip the pile update. But anyway, since the last video, the new additions to the pile is Vagabond 4 and 5, the Visbit Deluxe editions. I've got, 2 and 3 in the mail, but they haven't come yet. Finally finished off the Berserk Deluxe editions with 12, 13, and 14. I bought all of Hellboy. I got this box set at a very, very good deal. And then I got Spider-Man Blue as well. And yeah, these are all the books I still got to find some time to read. There are so many times in life where I feel like we know something that we are doing is wrong, but we just don't quit. You know, like drugs, smoking, gambling, hell, even social media these days to an extent. We all know that these addictions are doing nothing for us and, well, that they are only going to end up hurting the ones we love in the end. But time and time again, we choose to be like Emmett and to fight these battles alone. We think we know what's best for us, but in reality, well, we just don't. Even though he keeps hurting his family, and they want to help him, the police even want to help him at the start of the book, but Emmett just rejects it all because he is a fighter. But why do we need to give up though? It is not always associated with something that is necessarily harming our bodies, but also things that are harming our minds. Think to yourself, like right now, and I can nearly guarantee that you can think of something that you know you should give up, but you just can't. Why? Well, because you're a fighter. Because that's one of the core elements within society that is, well, plaguing the world. We can't give up because you're weak. That's not manly. Suck it up. Put up with it. You have to just push the rock. But why do we need to give up? When do we need to give up? Well, when we need to grow. Working that terrible 9 to 5 job that's plaguing your soul, just give it up. Give your body time to grow. Let it find what it really needs, and what it really needs to make you and everyone you love happy. You don't always have to be the fighter, and you don't always need to be the best. The final fight within the book situates Emmett against Velathax's original owner, a god who is able to keep his realm standing due to the sheer strength that he bears alone, and needs the sword to rule at full power once again. And, well, once more I actually see this to be another reflection of Emmett, a decrepit and fading mind that is being held together by nothing but his strength alone, and, if he stops for one moment, his realm, his body will fade away. Yes, you might be thinking to yourself, well, that isn't a bad thing. If I was in this situation, I'd probably do the same thing, and well, I don't really blame you for that as well. But Emmett does not realize that even though he is cured and can be himself once more, his actions nearly resulted in the death of his family because he didn't want to quit, because he wanted to fight alone. Emmett ends up losing this fight, and in his dying moment he shares his life that flashes before his eyes moment to his son. I like to think that he was, well, stubborn enough to convince God or whoever's up there to let his son live this experience as well. But during this moment, Emmett realized what he had to do. He realized that he had to let go, to stop being the fighter. He knew that he has had his time, that he will continue to hurt his loved ones around him. And well, that's where I want to leave this book. I don't really want to spoil the rest. And please don't for an instant think that I am saying it's always better to give up. There's heaps of things in life that you should never give up on. But if you look really deep within yourself, I'm sure that you will find something that you know you should give up, that you know you need to get rid of. We all have that, and I know that I certainly do. So thank you. If you'd like to read the book, I'll have an affiliate link in the description below. It just helps out the channel a bit. But other than that, I'll see you all again in about a month or so. Hey, this is like the post-ed commentary, I guess, but I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who watched the first video. 50 views and 6 subscribers on a brand new channel. I feel that's absolutely huge, and really big thanks to everyone who left all the positive comments. It's really encouraging to, continue trying to build something. I would really like for this to become something that I do more often, and maybe one day get to doing videos every week. But yeah, I just don't really have too much time on my hands at the moment, so I might just try and stick to monthly. If you do have any other suggestions, please just leave it in the comments below, like what should I be doing different. I always read them all, and yeah, I'll see you all later, maybe about a month or so.